Quick links: the best team compositions for Tighnari. Which characters to use with Tighnari? Genshin Impact version 3.0 has finally been released, along with a new character Tighnari, and many players would like to build a team around the new 5-star character. He is a Dendro Bow user featured on the first limited banner of version 3.0. He will also be added to the standard banner after the update, meaning players will always be able to pull Tighnari through the wish system. Version 3.0 has come with Genshin Impact's new region of Sumeru, meaning players now have a new region with new areas to explore, quests to complete, and enemies to take down. If players are interested in using Tighnari to wipe out opponents in the new region, they want to pair him with the right teammates. Tighnari is the main DPS, meaning he will be on the field to deal most of his damage. Because of this, players will want to pair him with good sub-DPS and support units to maximize his damage output. Here are the best characters for premium and free-to-play players to build on a team with Tighnari. The best team compositions for Tighnari. How Dendro works. Players will need to understand how the new Dendro element in Genshin Impact works to understand which characters pair best with Tighnari. Dendro has elemental reactions with Electro, Hydro, and Pyro. When Dendro combines with Electro, it causes a quicken reaction, which gives the on-field character a DMG bonus when attacking. When Dendro is combined with Hydro, it causes the Bloom reaction, which deals AoE Dendro DMG. Then, if players add Electro to the mix, it further gets enhanced with an effect called Hyperbloom, which deals additional AoE Dendro DMG on enemies. Finally, if players add Pyro to Bloom reaction, it creates Burgeon, which deals even more AoE Dendro DMG. Finally, combining Dendro with Pyro creates a Burning reaction, which deals AoE Pyro damage over time. By looking at these reactions, it's clear that pairing Tighnari with Electro and Pyro sub-DPS characters allows the team to create elemental reactions that deal additional damage, while using one of Genshin Impact's Hydro support or sub-DPS can further enhance this damage with additional smaller reactions. Which characters to use with Tighnari? For a sub-DPS unit, players will want to use an Electro or Pyro character that doesn't have to be on the field to do damage. This includes characters like the Raiden Shogun, who can deal large amounts of damage with her elemental burst, even when other characters are on the field. Regarding 4-star units, players can also use Fiskal, who deals Electro DMG using Oz's turret while she's off the field. Players with Yae Miko in Genshin Impact can also use her, as she can deal massive AoE Electro DMG over time with her off-field abilities. For the next sub-DPS, players should use a Pyro unit to proc Burning and Burgeon reactions. For 5-star characters, characters can put on another main DPS like Hu Dao in Genshin Impact, who can quickly come on the field to deal large amounts of Pyro DMG with her elemental skill before switching back to Tighnari. Players can also use a sub-DPS like Xiangling, whose elemental burst enables constant Pyro reactions. Bennett is also a great choice, as he can deal small amounts of Pyro damage while enabling massive damage boosts and healing for other party members with his Elemental Burst. Elemental Bursts are one of the best ways to deal damage. For the final party member, players should pick a Hydro character to enable Bloom reactions and provide additional support to the party. Genshin Impact's Xingqiu is one of the best 4-star supports in the game, as he can provide large amounts of Hydro DMG and proc reactions while off-field, as well as provide some healing to the character on the field. Yellen is also an excellent 5-star choice for a Hydro sub DPS since she can deal large amounts of damage and increase the DMG stats of the team's main DPS unit with her elemental burst. Since Tighnari's elemental skill allows him to create illusions that taunt opponents, using another character with a taunt like Kokomi can be redundant. Here are some great team compositions for Tighnari that allow him to take full advantage of all the Dendro reactions in Genshin Impact. Tighnari free-to-play main DPS team Tighnari Fiscal Bennett Xingqiu Tighnari Premium main DPS team Tighnari Hu Dao or Yellen. Use Yellen to proc Gloom reactions. Use Hu Dao to deal additional Pyro DMG with Bennett's Pyro Resonance. Raiden Shogun or Ye Miko Bennett players who want to use the other new 4-star Dendro Bow user Kale on the same team will be able to enable Dendro Resonance. In addition, when 2 Dendro characters are on the same team, Sprawling Greenery will be enabled, which boosts the elemental mastery of all characters on the team by 50. This boost is excellent for Anemo characters who scale elemental mastery, like Katahara Kazuha, Sucrose, Binti, and Xiao. In addition, certain main DPS units like Hu Dao and Diluc, as well as sub-DPS and support units like Ye Miko, Xingqiu, and Xiangling, also benefit enormously from an elemental mastery boost, meaning players have a lot of solid choices if they want to try out some unique team compositions and focus their team's damage around this elemental mastery bonus in Genshin Impact. Tighnari free-to-play Dendro Resonance Team Tighnari, main DPS, Kali, sub-DPS, Xiangling, sub-DPS, Sucrose, support, Tighnari Premium Dendro Resonance Team Hu Dao, main DPS, Tighnari, sub-DPS, Kale, sub-DPS, Ye Miko, Xingqiu, or Kazuha, support. Players can use Tighnari as a sub-DPS if they want, but since Tighnari needs to be on the field using charged attacks to deal most of his damage, making him share the spotlight with another main DPS doesn't allow him to play at his full potential. So instead, if players have another strong DPS in Genshin Impact they want to use alongside him, they should use one that relies on their elemental abilities that may have long cooldowns or deal their damage in quick bursts. This includes characters like Hu Dao, Tartaglia, Yellen, and Xiao, who act as co-main DPS units and deal large amounts of damage in a short time. In the end, as long as players have 4 characters appropriately built with the right weapons and artifacts, any combination of characters is feasible and will perform well enough to beat most of the enemies in the game with relative ease. Players should build their team compositions based on what is fun for them to play and which Genshin Impact characters they enjoy having on the field the most. Genshin Impact original release date, the 28th of September 2020. Developer, Hoyo Verse, formerly MiHoYo. Genre, action, RPG, open world platform, PlayStation 4, iOS, PC, Android, PlayStation 5 publisher, Hoyo Verse, formerly MiHoYo. ESRB, T multiplayer, online co-op summary, from the creators of Honkai, Third Impact, comes Genshin Impact, an open-world action-adventure RPG where players embark on an ever-expanding journey across unique lands. Players assume the role of the Traveler, a protagonist who survives a great battle against a powerful god and is separated from their sibling in the aftermath. Awoken by a small flying character named Paimon, the Traveler embarks on a quest to find their sibling and restore their lost memories in an unfamiliar world. Players can add new teammates they meet through the storyline via a gacha system. Characters roll out in patches but are never added permanently to a pool so that new team members will rotate in and out depending on the current patch. Gameplay consists of embarking in teams of 4 and engaging in fast-paced action RPG combat along with Zelda-like world traversal, from gliding, climbing, swimming, and sprinting. New events are launched with every patch, and unique gameplay modes and minigames are added with each iteration.
My heart returns to you.